I made a sketch. It's right here, but it's kind of hard for me to kind of talk about it over here. I wanted to talk about the difference between AI and chatbots. So the way I think of AI, so you give it basically input, website FAQs, prompts, goals. It does its thing and it gives you an output. We don't really know why we're getting the output we're getting. So the way that I have been hammering my team with this terrible analogy is kind of like, imagine your friend Jimmy goes to Norway. He comes back and he speaks Norwegian.
Abonner på kanalen Kjøp automatisering.
He didn't speak Norwegian before he went to Norway. This is kind of like AI. We assume that the reason that Jimmy speaks Norwegian is because he went to Norway and he came back. The only thing is, we don't know how he learned Norwegian. So in essence, the only thing we know is that the input, Jimmy goes to Norway. The output is that Jimmy learns Norwegian. This poses all sorts of annoying things. Most annoying thing, if Jimmy's Norwegian is broken, we don't really know how to fix it so easily, I should say. This is the problem with AI. Most of the time, we don't know why we're getting the output, exactly how the learning process is happening. So here are the pros and cons of AI. How often do you get 100% success with an AI? If you have programmed it properly, I would say 2 out of 5 times you're getting 100% success. There are so many variables that can come in to throw the AI off. We have done a billion tests with every single platform. There is always something that ends up happening that is not perfect. 90% success with a well-trained AI, I think you start getting up to like 3 out of 5, you're hitting 90%. But 90% even sometimes is a little hard to do. Because again, this is why computers can't master the game of chess. There's simply too many variables. Humans are extremely unpredictable. They might say anything. They could do anything. There's so many things that like basically get in the way of having a perfect AI kind of experience. More likely, you're gonna get about 80% success where it's working perfectly. But the thing is that it fails. Like how often does it fail completely? I'd say like 1 out of 5 times. It just does not hit the mark. It either says something that's really dumb and annoying. How many times do you wanna like basically respond to somebody saying, hey, let's get your top-notch HVAC system in place? It just says like weird things and you're just like, nah, I don't wanna reply to this. This is a weird message. You just kind of disconnect. But what about the cool factor? Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, 5 out of 5. AI is really cool. I think a lot of people take this cool factor and forget about all of these other things. Or maybe they just have no idea what the process is of getting it correct. It's a big process and it's hard. I would venture out to say it's almost impossible to get AI proper 100% of the time. But there are ways to make this better. Also, let's see, how annoying is AI? AI is pretty damn annoying. It says some things that are really stupid, really annoying. We've already talked to 1 million people. We've already tried 1 million different things. We know that there is no way to make AI not annoying ever. Let's move on over here. Coded chatbot, which is basically like an algorithm, right? So what happens here? We basically send Jimmy to Norway, and then there's a series of things that could happen. Okay, Jimmy, your job is to learn Norwegian. You can either go to school, you can either get into a relationship with someone that speaks Norwegian, or you can read a lot of Norwegian books. Which one would you want? All right, books, cool. So now we know the inputs, we know why we're getting the outputs, and then here's the next thing. Okay, cool, you're gonna read books. Which book do you want to read? How about this book? How about this book? This book? This book is gonna be better for poetry. This is gonna be better for like metaphors. This is gonna be better for just conversational. Which one? Okay, you pick this one. Cool. We know the input, we know the output. We understand everything. So that's the thing. The pros and cons of a chatbot, aka an algorithm. Your success rate is nearly 100% all the time. That's it. How many times is it 90% correct? No, it's 100% correct all the time. Even if it's like wrong once, you go and fix it because you know exactly where the problem happened. 80%, 0. No. Fail, 0. It doesn't fail. Like if you set it up properly, it won't fail. It's just clear logic. The cool factor is like 1 out of 5 maybe, because dial trees, how many times do they mess up? Basically never, but they're not very cool, but they're efficient. Would I rather call Amazon and speak to an AI, or would I rather have a dial tree giving me clear instructions on what to do? I'd much rather a dial tree. I just want to get to where I want to go the quickest way possible. So how annoying is it? It's to me not very annoying. If it's a well done like chatbot and it's getting me to where I need to go, I'm totally cool with it, as long as it eventually gets me to the right human that I want to speak to. What AI does is it tries to basically eliminate humans, and that can be very, very annoying. So how do you basically solve this problem? What our method of solving is a hybrid is the best way to get this done. You've got AI, which you're basically is super cool, but it's a risk. But then on the riskiest parts of the AI, you switch to a not so cool, certain chatbot. Then after you get all of the information that you absolutely need, you can go back to the cool risk factor and have your AI. So AI is basically really good for conversational stuff, answering questions, but But I think that it's really, really important to have basically a not so cool chatbot that confirms all the information and make sure that you have everything that you need before it passes the customer off to a human. Then it can go back here. Then you're going to run the job and then they're back into the AI ecosystem. This is really how you scale. There's really no way to scale when the AI is failing sometimes. Even if it's only failing 5% of the time, there's no way to scale doing that. That's not a good recipe for success. So you really need this 100% success right over here. You really need to still use this chatbot algorithm. I think that the problem is that people have really just wanted to basically automate absolutely everything. We are an automations company. We advise against that completely. You should not try to automate everything. You should automate the things that need to be automated, and you should come up with the right system on how to use AI, when to use it, when to turn it off. You don't want to send Jimmy to Norway and have him come back and have no idea what he was doing there. You do want to know if you're going to scale your business. If you want the original sketch chatbot versus AI, it is on sale for many hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I hope you like this amazing piece of art. Many people have called me the Picasso of our time, and I got to tell them, you're right. I hope you enjoyed all that. I will see you next time.